Hello, Kent Kruger, Biological Channel, September 1st, 2018. You know, I was going to start off with a rant about the fact that President Trump, despite his promises of the State of the Union address, is not doing anything to control the trillions of dollars that the pharmaceutical industry, despite thousands of arrests this year, will make off of you, your loved ones, etc. Doing nothing. So he's lost my support. A lot of his supporters have lost my support because they're so hateful of Jews. And I've decided, instead of going live streaming, I'm going to keep this to 15-minute slots at low definition and tell you what the hell's up with me. And what's pissing me off today, I'll get right to it. Instead of talking about Trump or other shit like that, I'm going to make a rant about you fucking YouTubers. You fucking retarded YouTubers. You know, a couple of years ago, more than 2 years ago, I started a YouTube channel in order to raise money because Obama had killed oil fracking, and I needed money. I wanted to, before I died, I wanted to turn this into a wildlife reserve dedicated to my mother, especially, and my father, and provide for the millions of species of plants and animals and insects that reside here. Yeah, fuck that. I had to back up because I found on GoFundMe is that as long as you got like some real cute little kid that's dying of some disease, or some homeless guy, or if you got some little cute little puppy or kitty, that's fine. But when it comes to real wildlife and shit like that, you have no interest. You won't give a dime, you bunch of stingy cunt-sucking pieces of shit. So let me get on with it. I know I can tell I'm going to have to do several videos today. Let me start with this. A few days ago, a guy who's been trying since, I'll try to look at the camera, but although he doesn't, so why should I? A few days ago, I got notification, just as I've had many times, and you know what? I've driven away over 2/3 of my subscribers because I'm not going to tell you how to make CBD oil or talk any kind of bullshit about cannabinoids, or I'm not going to engage in any sort of scientific bunkum. But the other day I had this guy named Alex Ansary who like, yeah, Portland, dude, Portland. After 12 years on YouTube, he's managed to come up with like 16,000, almost 16,000 subscribers. He subscribed to my channel for just a little bit until he found out that I actually know Alex Jones. And this is a guy who's watched 1,100 Alex Jones videos. That's usually about 2,200 hours. And this guy is one of them, you typical, you know, YouTube schizo, loser, low IQ, gamer, sitting on your sofa in your mom's garage. That's what this whole show is about today, is that the majority of you YouTubers, 1.3 billion of you YouTubers, have created channels, but you've never produced any original content. And what you dumb fucks don't get is that my show is not about fancy production, spending money, becoming monetized, or anything else. This show is about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about me and you and science. If you start talking magical bullshit like Alex Ansary was talking about, magnetic this and all that, oh, what a fucking weirdo. And what really got me, I'll do a whole video later, I promise, for parents alone to let you know that when you see this, this is what let me know that Alex Ansary was schizophrenic, is that for 54 minutes, with few exceptions, Alex Ansary, and thinking outside the box, who's tried for 12 years now on YouTube and Portland Access and shit like that, he did this, which is a sign of schizophrenia. See, we pros don't tell you this because we don't want you to be aware and hide it from us. We want you to go ahead and do that. And sometimes you'll do it with both hands endlessly. It's called pill rolling, or what I call booger rolling. It's a sign that you have a dopamine defect and that you're a schizophrenic, or that you're about to, actually it's always schizophrenia. The Parkinson's people that have dopamine defects, they just begin doing this shit right off the bat, like my sister and brother-in-law, and thousands of other people have. But it really just tripped me out, because I wasted like 54 minutes of my time watching an Alex Ansary video in which he proved for 54 minutes that he's a schizo. Everything he said was schizo. You know, he was trying to dance around everything, and he's one of those people that subscribes to everybody. He must have subscribed to like 500, 800 channels and stuff like that. That's how a lot of these people operate, is sub for sub. You subscribe to me, I've subscribed to you. I don't do that. You know, right off the bat, one of the first channels I subscribed to, Veritasium, is because the host made a very good presentation or recitation of a paper that proved that only about 13% of all science ever published was legitimate, and the rest of it was crock of shit. And then he went on to prove that he actually thought that man-made global warming existed, and then he went into the vitamin business and selling, you know, he, by his own admission, had already raked in about 30 billion, not 30 million euros. When he was, you know, the minute you start trying to really capitalize off of your YouTube channel, then I know that you are not to be trusted, because people who come on here expecting to make a lot of money, just like SciShow. I caught SciShow saying that prions exist 3 times, and then Simon Whistler left after I named him personally. He's gone to other channels. And what's another science channel that I unsubscribed from is, I really can't remember now, because it took them no time to make scientific errors. So the few scientific channels that I still watch, don't even subscribe to and stuff like that, is like, what's his name, Scott Manley, the rocket guy. He's never made a single mistake to the atom. There's very few. But most of you are complete. Let's look at the facts. You know, YouTube is global. It's not some local thing. And so, therefore, that means that even American IQ stats don't apply. American IQs have an average of 100. African Americans have an average IQ of 85. Africans, the best of the Africans, have proven, the ones that are able to get into college, you know, freshman Africans in college still score way below any white or any Caucasian or Mongoloid, way below. As a matter of fact, in the simplest and totally non-racist IQ test to this date, which is simple pattern recognition, like, oh, that snake is the snake that killed my brother, bit my brother and killed me, but I'm going to play with it anyway. That's the way Africans are. And lately I've been watching a lot of video clips and stuff like that to just, you know, remind me that how stupid the average American, and especially average African American and average African and average Mongoloid is too. And even the average European is not that bright. They can have a head full of knowledge about art and literature and still be complete idiots, because their education is not well-rounded, And it's too focused in like just a couple of areas, like music and art and so on. So, I mean, forgive me. It's it's been a long week. I got a lot of shit to do and stuff like that. And this is not going to be my first. I need to pull on the bottle because this is God's own pain reliever here. And in my body, thanks to certain enzymes that because I haven't, unlike you, I haven't been consuming aspirin like drugs or garlic for decades. I told you people decades ago. I told you the science. I told you that cannabis cures cancer. And most of you are still fucking, don't give me any credit. And most of you are still fucking retards. You're just fucking retards. But this, in my body, with omega-6 and protein, becomes arachidonyl ethanolamide. I'm into teaching people how to have a healthy psyche and have a healthy body. Look at me. I'm 64 years old. I've kicked thousands of asses. I've killed, I really don't know, could be over 600. I don't know, my brain's really good at blocking that shit out. But the thing I want to stay focused on here is how most of you on YouTube are fucking complete retards. I only have about 3 minutes to start summing up your characteristics. Number one, 1.3 billion YouTubers have created a channel but have never created any original content. And we can see by your playlists or whatever else that you people are gamers. Yeah. I think I may finish with the story of Chandler. You're gamers and anime watchers, which you people are so young you don't know that the origins of Japanese anime are all about child rape and weirdo crap. And you don't get it the minute we see what you put up there. You know, a lot of you think you have the right to come on and comment on YouTube when you've never produced any original content. You have no education. You don't even know that your own profile, your own channel, the things that you like, the playlists, prove that you're a pedophile, child rape, gamer, weirdo. I'm at 13 minutes. I have less than 2 minutes to sum up here. Let me describe to you the typical YouTuber, although he doesn't watch much YouTube, because for the last 3 years, he's devoted his entire life to flipping burgers while he lives in his mom's garage. He's 40 years old. Mom's trying to sell and just leave him alone, you know. He's barely makes enough money to pay for his pot and pay for his 40s and stuff like that. I know that in the neighborhood he lives in, East Oakland, he gets anally raped at knife point every time he leaves his mom's garage by the local Negroes and shit like that. But he spent 3 years with a couple of dozen other guys playing some obscure game, and he's only like 3 kills away from becoming like the Lord of Chandelure. You know what I'm saying? He's devoted his whole mature adult life, hasn't been laid in decades. No record. He won't even, he admits it's been 19. I'm almost on 15 minutes, so I'll carry over. But that's what most of you YouTubers are like. You're living in your mom's garage or basement. You're gamers and anime freaks. You're sick fuckers who are chronic masturbators. You have no brains. You have an IQ that's somewhere between, idiot and imbecile. And you just don't get it. That you think that you have the right to comment. I can tell by the way you spell. You don't even correct. You don't even go back and check and edit your stuff and correct the misspellings of autocorrect. That you're a bunch of retards.